You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio.
Friends to Exploding Dice. We're back, y'all. Oh boy. All right. Hi, I'm CJ. Hi, I'm here. I'm the dungeon master this time. It's been a while since I've been here, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And I don't know how to dungeon master. I've never done this before. Oh God, Josh!
I failed my escape artist check. Send help!
He's no help. Kerry?
Hi, I'm here.
That's not helping my panic either. Yeah, certainly Monica can help me.
Do a barrel roll.
That's slightly helpful. I mean, this will be interesting.
Just roll a die. I don't know.
Raul?
Oh, I need more mana to do that.
That's not helpful either. God, so there has to be somebody in this freaking thing. Jacky, help me!
Cast magic missile to the darkness.
Sweet. Perfect. Now I have my first enemy for you guys. Roll it.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, guys. Hi. How you doing? It's been a bit since we've done this.
Yeah, it has been a bit.
So brand new campaign. Welcome. As we, those who did not listen to the session 0 that we did on Geek.io show live, 3 weeks ago now when this went live, something like that. Yeah, we're bringing the band back together. That's not what I was going to say, but my brain wanted to say band, so that works. Also, first recording session of the night, so there you go. Yeah, so welcome, everybody. Don't have much to say on the beginning part of the show other than there's no previously on. Daryl, don't at me. Since Daryl is the only one who didn't realize that we did that episode. Whatever. Hi, so yes. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the beginning here. We did a bunch of the introductions, things like that. I rolled an 18, so that's fun. So then, since nobody else is having fun with my hijinks, we're just going to go ahead and I've been a while. It's been a while since I've got to do this, you guys. I've missed doing this. You know what I've missed doing? And I can do it differently now. Let us part the veils of reality.
Dun, dun, dun.
The sun rises on an abnormally warm day in the 10th district of Ravnica. Those who are up early are dealing with unseasonably balmy, just disgustingly gross temperatures. But you guys, as you wake up, are excited because you know that today is the day that you get your advancement in your guilds. Something you guys have been working forward to on your respective time for some of you a couple of weeks, some of you the better part of a year. It has been a rough go raising up from the ranks of initiate to being somebody who can actually be respected in the guild. We begin with, let's start with the most ceremonious of them. We zoom to the Azorius Senate, and the clamor there is palpable but muted. The Senate not being known for their high energy.
Wait. Did you file the proper requisitions for that Zoom?
Of course I did.
Okay, just making sure.
I only did quadruplicate. Wait.
That means you have to file another form to get the fourth one disposed of properly. Come on.
Exactly. It's man.
Then you need the subsequent secondary forms to prove that you actually destroyed the fourth one.
And then you need to get it written in elf's blood, and good luck trying to find that on a Saturday.
Racist?
Oh, and it has to be notarized by at least 2 angels.
Well, thankfully, mine is signed by Asperia herself. So, herself. My bad. It's not an angel, but it's a sphinx. It's close enough. Asperia stands before the graduates of the rank, including those who are outside of their normal rank and file. So including people who are, man, this is my bad. CJ bad, not them bad. So Katrin, right? Katrin, right?
Katrine.
Okay. Katrine, you are with your most recent group that you have been paired with. You guys have been kind of pushed off to the side. Obviously, kind of the black sheep of what is going on here normally. You're given the same respect in theory as the other members of the Senate, but they don't want you in the middle.
I'm pretty used to that.
The law keepers, not necessarily on the same level as the lawmakers. Though the blue skin sphinx still stands in front of you all, and her wings flare out. And members of the Azorius Senate, welcome. On this most auspicious of days, we gather to congratulate those who have ascended further in their quests towards justice and greatness. Spattering of applause.
Golf claps.
Yes. She puts a giant paw on this outrageously huge stage, by the way, and she turns it up, and in this, the Senate symbol springs to life in front of you, and it spreads throughout the entire wholly audacious auditorium. And the goblin next to you, Katerin, kind of nudges you. Yeah. Do we have to listen to all of this?
When do we not have to listen?
I don't think we'd get in trouble if we just left.
I mean, yes, obviously. Why? Why would you want to leave? We've been working for this forever.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just feels weird. Like I just expected more.
More than the fanfare that we're getting right now?
I mean, they're getting.
They don't like the people who put them in their place.
Yeah, it's just ultimate bulwark against chaos. Yeah. She's gonna go on for this for like at least 3 hours. You know that, right?
That's why we were trained to stand like this. They like to talk a lot.
He's kind of leaning on his gun.
My parents are bureaucrats. I listened to hours-long lectures when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Ugh, that sounds like a you problem. And the blues and the whites and everything just kind of brings through, and she goes on and on about this.
On and on and on. And Katrine tries really hard not to yawn. Yeah, like even hard. She tries even harder now that this goblin has made a fuss about it taking a long time. She's like, all right, I'm going to stay a little straighter and I'm not going to yawn. None of this is boring. I love every minute of it.
Yeah, it is. She goes over the entire, like, not that you guys would need this, but for whatever reason, she feels the need to go over the entire charter and like everything about what the Senate is known for, what they're doing, and eventually you have some of the upper echelon come by and begin finally, after what feels like an eternity, come around and start delivering medals to you guys with a very unlike her, giving her gigantic, huge, full-blown speech. Especially when it gets to you guys. Congratulations, cadet.
It is an honor.
He does not respond. He just continues on his congratulations, cadet. Yeah.
Accidentally says it to a pillar.
And
Listen, Cadet Cobblestone is a credit to the Force.
And then after the ceremony of graduation goes by, you're finally allowed to go at parade rest, if nothing else.
Hooray!
And your goblin smartass there about falls over.
I mean, obviously.
You eventually get one of the higher ups that you're been working with, and no, he's one of the few actual lawkeepers that have raised up through the ranks and didn't just stay kind of hidden and did not become a bureaucrat.
Impressive.
Yeah, he's one of the few that is just fully dedicated himself to protecting and serving. And he comes over, puts his hand on your shoulder. Congratulations, Katarin.
Thank you.
It would be awkward for me to call you initiate any longer.
Well, it is an honor to have graduated.
There are few of your ilk that would come around from the cushy lifestyle of the bureaucrats to sully their hands with us. And you have proven yourself time and time again that that choice was well made.
And I will continue to prove it.
He hands you a piece of paper, and well, it's an envelope really. He goes, I need you to report to Precinct 1 later today. You have been chosen and invited to participate in the Guild Pact Summit ceremonies today.
I have?
Yes, I personally made sure that your name was in the running for these.
Oh, thank you. I will try to make you proud.
I appreciate that. I will need you to join me before here, though, as we have to make a trip over to your friend that you've been working with over at the Simic.
Oh, okay.
There have been some mumblings going on about his, well, you'll see when we get there.
Okay.
Go have breakfast, enjoy your time with your comrades, and meet up with me at the ceremony start at 1300, so let us begin at 10.
Yes, sir.
Dismissed.
I'll salute whatever salute-y fashion.
Yes, he salutes you back.
And then I'll go away and read my paper. read my envelope-y paper.
And it is as you open it up, all 5 of the colors that represent the guilds are on this paper. They kind of almost supernaturally spring to life as you open up the envelope. At the top of it is the Senate sigil, and it seems to glow its blue and white as you look at it. And it is, as you would probably expect, a very long-winded, very no loopholes left out of how you can actually choose to deny this, quote, invitation.
So I basically just skim it and like take all of this extra language of the can't get out of this thing as invitation. I just like compress it in my brain. Like I read all of this and it's just, oh, you're invited. Cool.
Yeah. You are invited with no option to not be there.
Cool. So I will.
It's an invitation you cannot refuse.
Exactly.
No, I just picture the Sphinx talking like that. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Just
Marlon Brando. Answer me these riddles 3.
Anyway, so she'll fold it up and put it in her pocket, and then she'll go about having breakfast and pointedly not going near the goblin, whose name I don't care about.
Yeah, he kind of gives you a dirty look as you walk by him, and you kind of hear him whispering because he's quote unquote whispering. Hell makes her so special.
She just scoffs. Like, she's not even gonna rise to the occasion. She's just like, you're inadequate.
The lack of an N in her classification.
Exactly. So yeah, and you have a couple of hours because you woke up at God's only early in the morning, and that took almost 4 hours. So
very early.
You have time to get breakfast. You have time to prepare yourself and get ready, but not nearly as much time as you would probably want to have.
Yeah, I will quickly eat breakfast. And I don't believe that I've made very many friends because that's not what I'm here to do.
Well, most lawkeepers don't. They tend to just kind of keep to themselves or with their crew, at least their partners and things like that. But yeah, because of the we'll go with turnover for lawkeepers. Friends are not really things that are too often made with you guys.
Gotcha. I'll have my breakfast and then I'm gonna go tell my parents about my honor that I received. And then let them know where I'm going, basically.
Your mother seems to be, we'll go with happy. And your father
she would be happier if I would fill out a form to talk to her.
Yes. Your father almost cracks a smile.
Oh wow. That's big.
It is massive for him. And he strides up to you and, well, it's quite the honor that you're given, especially for only a second rank.
I thought it was strange too.
Well, certainly I can see why. I am proud of you, Catherine.
Oh.
Here's the form for affection.
Here's my pride form for you to fill out.
No. He stamps her hand.
And just had a little smiley face.
She gets a gold star on the chart on the fridge.
Yes.
And he kind of super awkwardly just kind of puts his hand on your head and pats. Apologies. It is something that I've seen people doing recently to show affection, and it was something that I felt that I should do.
How did these two manage to reproduce?
Yeah. Right?
Legally.
With a lot of diagrams.
and also at least 6 versions of a marriage certificate.
Oh, God, yes. You see a gigantic Judeo-Christian type Bible, and it's really just their marriage certificate sitting on the table.
Their marriage contract.
Remember that scene from Robots where they were building the protagonist?
Yes.
Basically. You wanted a boy, right?
Dad, I'm 38. You don't have to do that.
I'm aware. I am also aware that I have not necessarily been the most open and loving parent. And even he's opening up and talking to you, your mother's just kind of sitting back there and giving that ice queen look that she's famous for.
What a disgrace.
Oh.
How dare he show emotion?
How dare.
Like at the end of the day, he's going to get all these demerits.
It's a giant folder already.
Yeah. He's just filing paperwork every time he says something positive without the proper requisitions.
You know those manila folders that, like, if you put too much in them, you have to, like, fold them at the bottom? They're, like, folded all the way out. Like, It is as thick as it can be.
And right now there's already, like, another stack growing. The first stack's already been wrapped in, like, twine.
He goes, I guess this is just paramount to say that I am aware that you will be receiving more and further dangerous missions, and it would harm me irreparably if something should happen to you while you are fulfilling your duty.
Of course I'm going to be careful. Thank you for your concern.
The almost smile happens again. You can kind of hear the like a heavy thing on a piece of glass kind of happening.
Yeah.
Just whereas not used muscles are trying to be used. Atrophied smile muscles are just straining against everything.
Anyway, she will finish up talking to her parents because she knows it's just going to be a bunch more of that until she leaves. It's just, it's a little stressful, but if she went off on another mission without going to them, they would probably send a messenger with 3 forms for her to apologize to them. So.
The apology contract. Oh, the tale as old as time. Yeah. He just kind of, as you're leaving, congratulations again, Conrad.
Thank you. There's so many congratulations coming at her. She doesn't know how to handle it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm doing my job. Like, what do you people?
Well, I mean, it is. And even for the lawbringers, most of them just stay beat cops. They just stay in the first rank. They do their job there and they continue to get paid. And because most of them realize that, what do you mean whenever, as soon as I get up and even into the second rank, that I'm going to be dealing with actual murderers and horrible things? And they're like, no, I'm just going to stick to doing parking tickets. I'm good.
Like,
thanks.
You can't park your giant beetle here.
What do you mean?
I can park my giant beetle wherever the hell I want. You tell him no. Look at those mandibles.
Puts the ticket on the mandible.
Yeah, that's Katrine. Yep, 100%.
Is this like the scene from Zootopia?
Yeah,
I think it's exactly the same thing.
She can be a rhino cop. It's fine.
All right. Anything else that you want to do before heading out to your SO?
No, I was probably already in uniform, so I'll just keep my like armory uniform on, and I will.
Was that do you have like a dress uniform and a duty uniform, or are they the same thing?
I would assume that once you get high enough in rank, you have both.
Yes. For the most part, because I mean, rank 1 of especially of her side is, I mean, they're beat cops, so you kind of just wear the cop uniform. You don't even really get like armor, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, even beat cops have dress blues.
Yeah.
That's a good question, though. What does a Katrine look like?
Yeah. So describe Katrine for us.
Katrine is
I'm a bad man. Christ.
What? So she is about 5'8", and she's fair. She has a fairly like wide build, and she's 38 and has like brownish auburn hair and brown eyes, and she likes
short,
to wear.
long, tied up.
Very long, actually. So it's down probably to the middle of her back, and she usually braids it. And she likes wearing armor that covers her body, the sensitive bits.
Yes.
And all of the other bits.
Come on. What kind of fantasy setting is this?
She shops at Repair Her Armor, which is a fantastic blog, by the way. Go check it out.
Nice.
I mean, nobody here certainly is going to be. Even the most endowed people are going to be protected. Like,
yeah. But yeah, so
then it is not going to just give boob plate to people.
Yeah, very, very true. And she also has a couple of scars. None on her face, but like she has one on her neck that's fairly visible. But
fun.
Yeah.
And you will be told to go get your armor, like your new upgraded armor.
Nice.
Since you are now need additional equipment to fulfill your job, to yada, 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 yada. Basically go here, give them the certificate, and they will give you stuff.
Cool.
Given a requisition for arms and armaments.
In that stuff, a shield with the Senate's logo on it would be cool.
Yep. 100%. You do get your signet ring. You get, because of the life expectancy of some people. They don't give out the signet rings really until rank 2. And also, you have proven the point where you are actually dedicating yourself to the Senate and are not going to, because at that point, before rank 2, you're pretty much free to join another guild if you choose to. Mm-hmm. So certainly, definitely the Senate do not give out the proper official stuff until they are, until you've proven yourself.
Right.
All right. So we spin from the lofty heights of the Senate to the blistering metal and glaring power-focused Boros Legion. And the graduation ceremony for Zevord and his ilk, it's boot camp graduation. 100%. You have, you are wearing your actual dress uniform. You are doing all of the parade steps that they have practiced with you.
You're on a track for some reason.
Exactly. You have people flying overhead like angels, doing their wheelie turns and things like that. And
are they blue?
No, they are red and white. And your drill sergeants and your COs just barking orders at you left, right, and sideways. Eventually, these shenanigans come to a stop, and you are allowed to rest.
So Zervord is going to definitely take a bench nearby to just rest his legs because he is only 4'2", and he also is wearing chainmail. So it's a lot of low center of gravity on his legs.
Yes.
What a day. And of course, it's hot outside.
You're telling me, man. The Lexodon next to you brushes off his brow and...
Whoa, watch it. I don't need a shower storm here.
Sorry. Exact opposite problem you having.
You're not, pint size and wielding, a lot of weight on your shoulders.
He looks at you, raises an eyebrow. You are correct on pint size.
Yeah,
wait,
I know.
I think I have you. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, sure. One of us has to be a wrecking ball after all.
And then there is me.
So does that make you the fairy?
Shrugs. There are worse things to be in world than fairy.
Yeah, that's true.
I will grant wishes. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, if you could grant a wish, can you find some way to not make it so hot outside?
That would be nice. You know it, and worse all, it's only going to be worse once Aurelia shows up.
Oh, that'll be fine. At least their wing beats will keep us cool.
And then something about the radiance always makes it blistering.
Yeah, that's why I invented these. And he pulls out a set of sunglasses and puts them on over his eyes.
Those are nuts. You should not have those here.
I know. And he takes them off. But there's no regulation yet that says that this is not standard issue. So therefore, I can do that.
He kind of gets this panicked look.
I'm a bad influence.
Also, these aren't mine. These were someone else's. So I have no recourse if they're destroyed.
And in the middle of your sentence, loud fanfare carries off of the entire field. Waves of trumpets going in and in and in. And eventually, streaks of red and white and gold just streak across the sky, staining it. And Aurelia's cadre has arrived. She lands flawlessly, as always. Her swords blazing red as she has them out. Her aura is breathtaking and commands you to look at her. She gives kind of the traditional base commander graduation speech that you would hear. A very prepared, very focused, very practiced, but full of hope and positivity, and with a passion that, you know, really only she has. Most of the other angels are very stuffy. Aurelia is who she is because of her unwielding passion. And unlike our lovely Sphinx lady's several hour speech, she gives hers in about a half hour, and allowing for actual proper applause and calling each of you out, each of your troops out by name, and comes to each of you and places her sword upon each and every one of you personally. Now, there's a lot of you, so this part takes a while. The Legion is Legion for a reason. And this is not
many.
Exactly. And this is not just 1 to 2. This is 2 to 3, 3 to 4. This is all of these are everybody's graduations, because F doing all of this at different points in time, because even the most chaotic ones don't have a lot of time to do this whenever somebody just kind of rises up through the ranks. And she looks at you and she almost bends a knee and places her sword upon your shoulder. Zevord, congratulations. You are going to do great many things for us. It is my honor to have you among us.
Thank you, War Leader Aurelia. It's always been an inspiration to see you.
And she smiles, and then a human and an elf come on and pin the red and the white on you and give you your bars that you have earned.
And I salute.
And everybody at that point, every time somebody salutes is an annoying thing that people would notice. Everybody, of course, salutes back, including Aurelia. She is a leader who knows how to respect those underneath her. And CJ has a blanket under his butt. Freeze.
Yeah, Florida weather. It was cold until it wasn't.
Right.
Like today.
Blanket under your butt. Is that anything like a bee in your bonnet?
Kinda. Just about as annoying, just less stingy.
We woke up this morning to it being 80 degrees in our bedrooms.
Oh, God, I know the feeling. It was
Wait,
76 this morning, and I was very disappointed with everything after that.
Well, we had the air conditioning on, but the thermostat was configured to the downstairs sensor because it was cool, and we forgot to switch it when the temperature shifted.
Oops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was sad still.
So, as you all are dismissed from the actual ceremony, your Luxodon friend comes up to you and puts his hoof on your head. Ha, ha, ha. We made it, little man.
Yep, I have only been waiting 84 years.
Blinks. You take your time.
That was sarcasm.
Blinks. Oh, yes, very funny. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, at least now I can go back to doing my job.
Yes, as should I. And he walks off and heads directly to the mess hall.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Kitchen duties this week is on him.
He is happy. I get to eat the scraps. I get to eat the scraps.
At least he can reach the stove.
Yes, he's funny. Last time you tried to cook.
Yeah, I remember that very fondly because everyone was upset that they couldn't eat for 2 days.
And as you make your way back to where to your quarters, you are kind of sidelined, not physically sidelined, but your particular drill instructor comes up to you. Zevord,
Sir,
it has been an experience teaching you.
Thank you, sir. I somehow survived and not die horrifically.
Especially considering how often you are with the Izzet. Yes, it is surprising that you are in one piece.
Well, I've learned one important thing. Don't touch anything.
He shudders. It is, believe me, my friend, it is even worse when you are positioned with the Golgari. you don't want to touch anything because then you wind up in a medical ward for several months.
Oh, yeah, I still have my traumas. That mushroom incident was also pretty terrible.
Off screen, the raptor sneezes.
Yeah, see? He still has it.
He goes, so our troop has been the one selected to go to the Guild Pack Summit for protective duty.
Why, that's quite an honor, sir.
It is, it was a surprise to me to hear this as well. I am not arguing.
But that's still not standard protocol. I'm still surprised.
No, yes. Things about this summit seem different somehow. But
Different how?
there's a energy about this summit that has not been in ones in the past. And it is a positive one, I feel, but it is still different.
Well, as we used to say back in Tin Street, if it's different, be prepared.
Absolutely. And he hands you the requisition for your new gear, your new armaments, and the badge to get into the quarters to be able to actually get these things.
Oh, finally. I've been wanting to see what those places look like for years.
It is an experience. I have to go get ready. You will be wise to do the same. We will be reporting at 1100 to begin the march in.
Roger, sir. Ready to go.
And he gives you a salute,
I salute back.
and he walks off towards where he is going.
Okay.
All right. What are you doing now? Where are you going?
If anything, he's probably going to. He remembers that he still has a bunch of paperwork left behind that he hasn't processed from the last. Is it related incident?
Have you filed your paperwork, Wazowski?
I'm getting on it.
I'm watching you.
You try filling out 316 forms.
I have.
I'll never understand why the Azorians make us have to sign all these paperwork. Never.
Because they're dumb.
Now I have to sit here for the next hour just staring at this paperwork.
When you get up in my rank, you'll get a pen to do it for you. And she just, as you watch a pen just signing papers behind her.
Why can't I get one of those? When can I get one of those?
When you've earned it.
But I've already signed 200 of those 300 forms. Oh, great. I'm going to be here for another hour, aren't I?
If you're lucky.
So I'll spend the rest of my morning before the meetup just feverishly trying to get all that paperwork done.
Damn explosions. Yeah, and when you're finally done, you are allowed into the quartermaster's quarters, and it is a very super shiny mega store kind of thing in there.
Ooh, lots of shiny.
There's swords, there's firearms, there's everything in there.
They have firearms?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Of course, you have snipers, you have artillery legions.
Do we have anything that's equivalent to like a shotgun or a rifle?
Yeah. There is it's basically a rifle.
Okay.
But it has extra cogs and stuff on it because that's how the aesthetic is.
Right. So Zorvord's going to do a standard weapons check on it, and after a few moments, he's going to eye it through carefully, using because he is a blacksmith and he spends a lot of time also forging weapons. So he looks through it carefully and he nods with approval. I think I'll take this one.
Dude nods behind the counter.
Here's all the paperwork. Here's the subsequent paperwork, and also here's the paperwork to actually be filed, and here's the paperwork for all the paperwork that I messed up.
You should not do that.
Well, I'm sorry, I messed up, and that's why there's another packet.
Mm.
And here's here's a letter of apology.
And he will reach underneath the counter and pull up a little box, and inside of it is the Legion gives signet rings, but this is one that actually has a certain amount of energy to it.
Ooh, that is nice.
I was informed to give you this when you arrived.
Ooh, and Zervord's gonna stare at it very carefully and intricately for the next 10 minutes.
He's gonna put it on the counter and walk away.
Those details are very good. The craftsmanship's pretty stellar.
It sounds like he needs a moment with it.
10 moments.
It is my precious now. I'm gonna name it Bethany.
I needed my fan.
After a moment, Zervord's gonna put the ring on and look at it, admire it for a little while. All right, I think I'm good. And he holsters his rifle along with his shield, and he's like, "All right, ready to go. This is insured, right? This is all insured."
Yeah, of course. Don't die.
Right. Yeah. That's
the
still a problem.
paperwork for dying is very extensive.
It's 782 pages.
I thought you were going to go 666 pages.
No. That's for a Rakdos riot. And he'll be ready. He'll be getting himself ready to go and be heading off with his troop.
All right. So we will now go over to, I'm just going to do one of those, but we will not do that one. That in a moment. We now go over to the Is It League.
Ooh.
And this ceremony is a lot more, we'll go explosive.
I thought you were going to say volatile.
Are there pyrotechnics?
Oh, yes. Pretty much outside of research and things like that, like, yeah, cool, we get to blow things up, but for the most part, it's usually business.
Blowing things up with a purpose.
Exactly. The purpose of them blowing things up on this time is actually just kind of giving a ceremony and kind of a celebration. This is a time that, this is the one time a year that everybody of the Is It League is together and they go at it in Is It ways. So there's lightning coils going off everywhere and weird screaming fireworks. And
So Sylvia would love it.
yes. And in another universe, Sylvia feels sad that she is not there.
Well, I mean, I'm sure AU Sylvia is somewhere in the crowd, so.
And the issue with the Is It is the guildmaster isn't really seen around. You only know the name Niv Mizzet. Jesus Christ, I'm going to do that over and over again, aren't I?
Probably.
Next minute.
Damn it. And you guys, though, deal a lot with Raul Zarek. And he is the one who is giving you guys your congratulations. And there's, in the morning, it's not, obviously not having a lot of alcohol, but there is, some champagne still being flowed and things like that. And it is an actual, like, once he steps into the room, it kind of simmers down to like a soiree kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives a impassioned speech about learning and growing and exploring brand new frontiers and wholly inspiring things about how to progress further and how the Is It League can become greater than any other guild. And if your vision stops at the stars, you're too short-sighted.
Elora is literally bouncing on her heels while she listens to this speech, like vibrating with excitement.
The kind of congratulations are, he comes around to each of the tables and everything like that and visits each person who's graduating personally and gives you each your ring in particular. He has a box that he just kind of pulls rings out of. It never seems to end.
Box of holding, obviously.
Exactly. Box of ring holding. He makes his way over to you. Elora!
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hi. Elora, by the way, has not dressed up for this occasion. she in her lab normally dresses like somebody who read OSHA guidelines and took them as fashion advice. She is about 5'2", 5'3", very sprightly build. Like, she very much has the elven proportions going on, where she's like super slender and not very shapely at all. Bright blue hair without done with alchemical dye, done up in 2 little buns, silver eyes, and she's got goggles on. She's got her lab coat thrown on, sleeves rolled up. It's a longer lab coat, and instead of wearing anything actually protective, she just has a shirt and shorts and mismatched stockings. They have to be mismatched because it's bad luck to match them. That's important. And you can see kind of the traces of a soot smudge on her face that her dad tried to wipe off, and she squirmed away from him before he got all of it. And she has stood up to greet him, and she is actually like bouncing with excitement.
Yeah, because I mean, this is the man that, especially in your line of work, the things that you studied, this is the man. Like, he is. Yeah. He is probably closer to what you imagine to being the head of Is It than actually Miv.
Yeah, because he's the one actually doing shit.
Well, not only that, there have been rumors floating around that he has somehow pierced the bleed and has somehow been able to work on an entirely different level than anybody else has been able to.
And so she's super excited to meet like her idol. And I mean, basically she looks like she was working all night and had to be reminded to be here because she just got so excited with whatever project that she's not slacking. She just got in the Is It zone.
Yeah.
And had an alarm go off and ran straight here is what it looks like. And she kind of like reaches out both hands when he hands her the box, like, oh, thank you.
He smiles. It is my pleasure. There are few that can begin the work on the bleed and survive. We'll go with survive. Much less do any kind of even beginning to touch it. And your research, I have looked over personally, and I'm impressed. I am impressed.
You are?
Yes. In fact, I'm sure you know the Guild Pack Summit is today.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. Yeah.
And I want you and your father to come with me.
Rip headphones users.
Yeah, right.
I just broke Raul. I'm sorry, Raul.
The dogs are howling and they can't even hear this. He kind of blinks a couple times.
Sorry.
No, it is fine. It's fine. It is rare that I get to see a mind as inquisitive as yours that can actually, well, do anything.
Well, I mean, my dad always taught me that if you can't actually use your brain, it's a waste of a good brain.
That it is. I will come by your suite later to pick you and your father up as we will make our way to the summit.
Yes, sir. She kind of like holds her lab coat. I guess I should look a little nicer, huh?
He snaps his fingers and the smudge on your face disappears and your lab coat is pristine and he gets you cleaned up a bit.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'm never taking it off.
That seems unhygienic.
Okay, well, I'll wash it, but then I'm putting it right back on.
That is fair. He goes, pardon me, I have to see to the rest. I look forward to speaking to you later.
Yes, sir.
And he begins to walk off, and he's nowhere near as verbose or anything like that with anybody else. Is looking at the notes that he has for every person, and he didn't look at them when he talked to you. He looks at the notes, says, "Oh, it has been a pleasure that you are working on an upgraded Tesla coil, Tosta coil,
Pasta coil,
pasta rifle. Oh." Well, I suppose weaponized food is the thing that we need. And yeah, you are at that point. You are free to kind of go about your business.
Oh boy, this is so exciting. I gotta find my dad.
Eventually, you physically run into him.
Dad, guess what?
What? Laura, hi. What? Yes. What? Yes.
We're you and I later today. We're going to the Guild Pack Summit.
Oh, interesting. That's usually for higher ups.
We were invited by a higher up.
By which higher up?
You know, when I graduated, he gave me my ring and he said he was going to pick us up and we were going to go together.
Wait. Raul's Eric invited us.
Yes. And he said he liked my work on the bleed and he didn't have to look at his notes when he said it.
Oh. Laura, this is amazing. You're going to go.
Right?
He like starts shaking you.
We're doing the whole like hug and bounce up and down thing.
Yes. And it is he kind of eventually goes, oh, are we, well, are we, wait, you said, wait, what is it? Are we supposed to meet here? Where are we going? What are we doing? What?
He's going to pick us up at our suite. But for now, we're okay. And I think I look okay because I said I needed to dress up and then he cleaned my lab coat. So I think we're good.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Oh dear. And he quickly spins his fingers in the air, presses in the sigil, and disappears.
Dad, you left me behind again. She kind of just yells that into the crowd.
Get a couple of people.
He did the teleporty thing.
It's her. Oh. Few too many explosions.
You mean not enough explosions.
Congratulations, dear.
Thank you. She didn't give a fuck. She gets to go to the summit. so fuck those guys. Oh man, I can't wait to tell Zervord about this.
Do you want to do anything else?
Probably gonna head back. Make sure she gets all of the free food.
Oh, yes.
Every single bit of free food that she can get. Stuffed away however she can. Much of it in her mouth. Head back to her lab once the festivities start winding down a little bit, and when she just has to go. Yeah. And her lab is the epitome of organized chaos. She knows exactly where every single molecule of everything is in this room. She is the only one who knows where every single molecule is of her room. Her dad could probably figure it out because he raised her and he knows her. But that's about it. And so she's going to go and make sure for once in her life that everything is like properly turned off, put into sleep mode, whatever. This time, because she probably just kind of suspended everything and ran to graduation and thought she was just going to come back to keep working on shit.
Oh boy.
And in her case, her like requisitions and stuff probably included like the license to upgrade her thunder cannon, like she applied for.
Yep. Yeah, you get your approval for that. You get the gear necessary to actually unlock it.
And because
go ahead.
And because she graduated to independent researcher, she gets to put an ad out for assistance.
I don't know if I should go dun dun dun.
I get minions.
And that is how the world ends.
All right. So we go from the happy, jubilant excitement going on there, and in your cinematic view, in your mind, viewers, we spin and you see a glimpse of the massive, huge red and black party going on at the Cult of Rakdos tent. There is a mass of people there. You see a few very small green and red clad people in a small ceremony that is quickly ran off. You see the green and blacks of farmers who aren't necessarily doing much coming out of the dark areas and sunlight and hating their very existence at every point. Then we sweep past them to the groves and the melodious, peaceful music playing of the Celestia conclave ceremony. And we join them after the communal bread has been broken and the wine has been drank and the Trostani have finally shown themselves, congratulating everybody for their hard work and dedication, and the very soul of Ravnica is theirs and theirs alone, and anybody who shall begin to degrade the peacefulness and perfection of nature, well, those we don't speak of because they don't exist for long. We go to Rickus, who very quickly at his table had a additional person come by and congratulate him and drop a small envelope on the table, pat him, call him nephew, and leave.
What is this on this glorious day?
Nephew, you should probably open that in your quarters. It is a personal thing from your father and I.
Okay. All right.
I sadly do not have the time to stay around for long, but I wanted to give this to you personally.
Oh, I hope it is all well with my father. I put the letter in my shirt and I walk off to my quarters.
Inside of it is the blue and black that you expect, and the green and white signet ring does drop out of it with a.
What is this now?
With a letter of kind of actually similar to what Monica's dealing with had as well. A very strong worded contract that has very few loopholes because they know you sons of bitches will try and find every single one of them. And a congratulations for fulfilling the first step of your task. This project is due by this day. This project is due by this day. Oh, yeah. Also, the entire house is going to be at the Guild Pack Summit, and your presence is requested. We have worked with the Trostani to allow you to come as a Celestia.
Great. All right, let's see. Okay, Guild Pack, be there under Celestia. Oh, pretty ring. All right, so.
Yeah, and when you put it on and feels like it can move.
Ooh, it's an interesting sensation there.
And as you touch it and it's kind of like one of those rings that can spin, and as you spin it, the green and white quickly gives way to the blue and black.
Nice. All right, so let's see what else is in my briefing. Yeah, go as Celestia. All right. I quickly is that it? That's on the letter.
Yeah, basically it is it's the ceremony of House Demir that are not at the house, and you know that if you are getting a letter saying that your projects are getting ready to be late, that you should probably start filling those out and working on those.
Yes. I hold up the letter up to the candle and just let it disappear into the flame.
Absolutely.
And I get to work on wrapping up my my projects.
The beautiful elven girl that you've been working with at the Celestia Conclave, she comes up to you and gives you a glomping hug.
How are you doing?
Oh, Rickus, we've done it! I can't believe that we worked so hard. We've finally been able to graduate.
Yes, it is a glorious day for all of us. May we rejoice with the world soul.
Oh, I should probably, I don't know how to ask this, but there's the sunset dance, and I'd like for you to come with me if that's all right.
Oh, I would love to accompany you to the sunset dance.
And she squeals loudly and runs off in the other direction.
And I'm alone at this point, right?
Yes.
Oy. I knew taking dance step classes when I was young would come in handy one of these days. So this is the same night as the guild pack, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You probably just lied to that woman, and you're completely okay with that.
Whoops.
Whoops, because I thought the guild pack was a different day. I thought it was the next day, but no.
Totally.
It's this day.
Yeah, it is this day.
Oh,
The most auspicious.
crud. Let me go find her.
She you kind of see her in one of the communal dormitories, and she's spinning around in different dresses and quickly looks down, goes, no, flashes her hand up in the air and appears in a different one, spins around a couple times, and she looks and goes,
Oh, sweetie, dear. I have some unfortunate news for you.
Yes.
You would have to find someone a little bit more qualified than me to go with you to the sunset dance.
But why?
I have received special orders from our leader for a very special occasion. I'm sorry, I will make it up to you at a later time. Let's say next time we're both available, I'll prepare a meal for us to enjoy.
I like that. That sounds nice.
If it was
sorry.
any other engagement, I would have blown it off to spend it with you.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know at least, instead of just having me there alone.
Yes, I would never want to leave you hanging.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and congratulations again. And she walks into supposedly her room, and
In a monologue, oh wow, I have to get my dates better. It's kind of hard to do when I can't write anything down for obvious reasons.
do you want to do anything else?
Raul, don't you know? Having a calendar is how you get out of legal trouble.
Right. Also describe Rickus to us in this moment of.
Rickus in this moment, he just has plain leather armor. He's got a shirt over it to disguise that he's wearing armor. He's got a simple lute, who's a bard for the great Celestia Guild, who just wants to spread goodwill and harmony through the city.
What does he look like? Like, what is he?
He's about like 5'8", a nice reddish beard, not super long, but just enough to a little bit more than a 5 o'clock shadow. He's about, I would say, like a medium build. Nothing really assuming. Someone that you would just walk past on the sidewalk and not give two thoughts to.
Okay.
Very unassuming.
Very.
Very unassuming.
Yeah, totally.
And camera zooms out and zooms in, and the greens and the blues show bright, and we join the Simic Combine in one of their larger laboratories, large enough to fit most of the people here. And much as you would expect, your individual accomplishments are inconclusive as they wheel out another tube and show off their new product line of hybrids and how they will revolutionize how not only labor but everything in this city, and it brings the Simic one step closer to utter and complete control. And Zagana shows up eventually, and she is kind of it's more of a, well, what she has done for you all kind of speech. And it is very focused on her and how she and you will begin to do other things. And here are the things, here's the projects that are going to be working on into the next year. And you will all receive your requisite rewards as deemed fit and kind of walks off stage. The man next to Jack sighs. You know, I've been here my entire life. I was raised in the Combine, and you would think that I would be used to this by now. Every year it irritates me more and more. Was this like this when you were around?
Yeah, couldn't really tell you.
So, got word that your friend from the Senate, the lawkeeper, is coming to check up on you again. You haven't done anything that I should know about, have you?
I told them they can't pin it on me. We've been over this. I had nothing to do with the Chancellor.
Oh, no. No. Why? But why? Why must you make my life a living hell?
I didn't give you the job. The hell's the food? They said there'd be food, right?
There's gonna be food. There's always food.
Good. Kind of hungry.
Kind of leans back and puts his head against the chair. You think she likes me?
I mean,
Your
you're pretty
friend?
hard to stomach.
You know, he looks down at one of them.
Her, I thought you were talking about the pompous bitch.
No. God's no. No, your friend from the Senate. Do you think she likes me?
I mean, you're both pretty stuck up, so maybe you got a chance.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than nothing. All right, I will go get you some food, buddy. Just try not to hurt anybody in the meantime.
That's on them.
He pats you on the shoulder and walks off. And eventually 2 boxes are dropped off at your table with the guild sigil and a whole bunch of other things in and on them.
Rifle through them a little bit.
In there is the standard, look at what you've done for the guild and yada, 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 yada.
Bullshit.
Yeah, and out drops a signet ring that looks a lot different than the ones that you were used to.
All right.
And then another letter is there, directly, at least addressed from Zagana. Project Jack. And it goes off on this whole thing of where you have failed in the past, you have been able to begin growing into a established member of the guild, and she looks forward to requiring your presence in her offices immediately after this has been concluded, and something guild pact summit something.
Fuck.
And what's your handler's name, Josh?
Fuck if I know.
God damn you.
This is like the third one.
Trevor, sure, Trevor works. Trevor comes back around and something's got your scales bristling.
Bitch wants to see me. Something about the guild pack.
Huh.
Did you get the food?
It's coming, jackass. Jesus. Which is a little known lesser god.
Is this god also the brother of Smartass?
Yes.
We don't talk about the third brother, dumbass.
Right. So I guess I have to go with you.
I mean, go on.
I mean, I'm not going to let you get in there with her alone.
Damn it.
That's a bad idea for everybody, including you.
Maybe.
Though I wouldn't mind seeing what she could turn your dumb ass into. Maybe I should let you go in there alone. And then eat all your food. That sounds amazing.
You wouldn't.
Would I?
Hell, after 4th Street.
Hey, buddy. I'll be there to watch her manipulate you into a squirrel or a skunk or something. It'll be fantastic. You never know. Maybe you'll actually get to be one of the new models because all that's old is new again or something.
Nah.
So what does Jack look like?
He's a stone shy short of about 7 feet tall. and close to half again as wide. He's got dark gray skin that fades out to sort of a white on his chest, which is usually bare. He's got silverish hair where there is hair on his head, and a mostly humanoid face, though his jaw is pretty overdeveloped and his mouth is absolutely full of razor-sharp teeth. He's got elf-like ears, except they split into 3 prongs and have webbing between them. And it looks like he's wearing a really large cloak over very broad shoulders.
Okay. The food comes eventually, and it's the science people food. This is the reason why you don't really hang out too much with them, and you're usually with the guild lists, because at least they know how to fucking cook food.
You know, they keep saying this is food, but
Jack,
I don't quite believe it.
The protein squares are the leading food of the future.
You know what goes in these things?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Suppose we should go.
Might as well get it over with. Is there any alcohol around here?
Nah, not this early.
Reaches into a pocket, pulls out a flask.
Fair.
After you.
Yeah. He begins walking towards her offices, and coming in nobody's surprise, when you get there, there's a note on the door with Jack and Trevor written on it. You're basically being summoned to the Guild Pack Summit, and then you are to ingest this vial. Not before, not after. Yeah. This will either kill us, make us explode, or I don't know.
Yes.
Something. Wouldn't be the first time. And his gill flaps open and close real quick that I have to deal with her shit and transforming me into things.
You get used to it.
Yeah. Puts it in his pocket. And he goes, so your friend should be getting here soon.
Yay.
I mean, yay for me. And
just keep it in your pants.
At that point is when Katarine shows up at the combine.
Her favorite place to go.
Yeah. And Trevor in his kind of strawberry blonde hair. Katarine, good morning.
Is it good?
I mean, it's wonderful now that you're here.
Yep.
So I got the note that you're coming, but what's up?
As a side note, do I know why I'm here? Am I just checking up on him?
Basically just checking up on him.
Okay, yeah.
After the now infamous 4th Street incident that not only involved the Senate, but also the Boros, and for whatever reason, that one Rakdos asshole.
Yeah, I just check up on him periodically just to make sure.
Yeah. Basically. That poor Rakdos guy's never going to be the same again.
Yeah, I'm just here.
Literally and figuratively.
I'm just here to do my check before the Guild Pack Summit. So.
Oh, you're going too?
Yes, I will be attending. I've been asked to attend.
Oh, that's fantastic. Why don't we go together?
Oh, no. No.
You got shot down.
Trevor looks very dejected.
Like she didn't even try to make that subtle.
No, she doesn't. You're really just not my type.
I mean, we can fix that. What do you like? Tentacles? Razor sharp teeth? Claws?
He has a point.
Mostly boobs.
I mean, I can make that happen too.
Anyway,
I mean, gender fluid is definitely a thing that we can do, considering most of us are encased in water a lot of the time.
I guess that's true. Anyway,
title.
All right. Anyway, moving on. I just need to do my job so that I can go do my other job, because that's more important than this. Jack, how you doing?
Despite all odds, they gave me a promotion, so
Oh, well, there you go. That's something at least. Just keep it out of trouble. Probably not.
Making less paperwork for me.
you mean you haven't heard?
About
Nothing.
Trevor just pinches his forehead.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna find out what it is eventually. So you could just save me some time.
Where's the fun in that?
I wish this was easier.
That makes
No,
two
you
of
don't.
us.
Could I use insight to see if he's just pulling my leg?
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Let's make the first roll of the
Because
the first roll of the
Detect bullshit.
yeah, can I just detect bullshit on that?
Yes.
So
nice.
19.
Can you please put in an action roll in roll 20 that sets an insight roll as detect bullshit?
I mean, that's pretty much all insight is mostly ever used for. Is that person lying to me?
Yeah.
I want to see that pop up in the thing is detect
Right.
bullshit.
Just detect bullshit. That's
Yes.
pretty
he
much
is-
what Katrina's best at, so
He is lying to you.
I'm not even gonna bother. I'm
I'm-
sure you're fine.
We're in mostly One Piece. You should see the other guy.
I mean, as long as it didn't involve any other guilds, I'm fine. You do you.
Always do.
Let's
All right.
see.
Yeah. Anything else between you two and your super awkward conversation with
Nah.
super awkward Trevor?
Yeah.
Not all heroes have
Literally,
great-
Katrina's just ignoring Trevor now. He just doesn't exist anymore. So,
Mr. Trevor doesn't exist.
he's just like a hole in the universe. There's
Not
just
so
nothing.
magical, Trevor.
Trevor.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. She's pretty straightforward, to the point.
And
What you been doing? Nothing? Cool. Bye.
I know you're playing me, but I like it.
I appreciate the hustle.
And our final scene of the evening. Hey, Zevert,
Yes.
a blue-haired woman teleports in front of you.
Ah! What have I told you about teleporting within 5 feet of anything?
See, guess what?
Let me guess. You didn't destroy a building this time.
That, and look at this. And you know that super stereotypical hand gesture that women in sitcoms do when they get engaged? She
Yeah.
does that, but with her fancy new Is It Signet.
Ooh, another shiny.
Another shiny. I got my research credentials, and I'm going to the summit.
Oh, well, I'm actually going to the summit too. I just got my promotion today after so many years.
Congrats! That means we both got promoted on the same day. That's so exciting.
Yeah, I also had to fill out, finishing up that last incident on paperwork.
You know, I offered to help you with that.
Do you have an auto pen?
Bet I could make one.
All right. We'll discuss terms, so long as we keep this on the down low.
6 explosions later.
Hey, Dad, Z's coming too.
Oh, sir.
Oh, one of these days I'll teach her how to teleport without smoke.
Well, smoking
Sorry.
incendiaries would be appreciative, and also, if not, to be within 5 feet of any law enforcement agent would be helpful.
I mean, yes, I know.
I'm
My
working on my aim.
my little girl is certainly a shooting star.
Quite literally.
Hey, but I didn't drop my lab on 10th Street this time.
No, at least you didn't have. At least I didn't have to explain to 16 goblin families about the ruins.
Hey, I'm built those houses, and they're better than they were before.
Well, we'll see.
Automatic doors and everything.
We'll see about that.
Probably check up on those guys, huh?
Yeah. Hopefully none of those buildings exploded.
I only used stable release models. Thank you very much. Beta stuff is for me.
Fair. Well, at least the last time I read the paperwork, it was all up to specs, so it's all good.
See? Told you it'd be fine.
So wait, how did you get into the summit?
We were invited.
Who invited you?
Well, okay. You're probably not going to believe this, but Raul Zarek himself.
What? Oh, by the stars, we're all doomed.
He said he really liked my research, and it has a lot of promise, and he invited us to go with him.
So wait, by promise, are you insinuating that that something won't explode?
I mean, I am in, the laboratory of orientation, so that's kind of what we do. Things just kind of happen.
Right. Well, let's think back to the last month with the small fire explosions. Let's think back to also the acid incident. Let's also think back to the railing incident.
Okay, but the railing incident led to an improvement in magnetic levitation. The acid incident got me a grant for my resistant coating experiments, and the fire incident was just really fucking cool.
Yes, but you were supposed to file paperwork for at least a fire display, for pyrotechnics specifically.
But it wasn't supposed to be pyrotechnics. I filled out the paperwork for experimentation. It wasn't my fault it blew up.
Right.
Science just happens sometimes.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to file all that paperwork.
Well, I mean, if you would... But it's just... Sometimes progress just has to happen, okay? And sometimes science moves forward faster than we can notarize things.
Yes, but sometimes it's nice to take it slow and actually do proper procedures. They are there for a reason.
Yeah, but sometimes science has a mind of its own, and if things are gonna progress, they're gonna progress.
Look, it can't be worse than that six-headed Hydra we had to contend with last month.
That was so cool!
No, it wasn't! I almost died!
Yeah, but my thunder cannon worked amazing, and I just got licensed to upgrade it!
Wait, who let that happen? I didn't see that paperwork!
Is it paperwork? Why would you?
Oh, gods. Of course it would be through the guild. Oh, gods. What have they done?
Promoted me!
Oh. Well, I'll just say this much. I'll be on the not on the receiving end of your thunder cannon. That much is certain.
Well, yeah, why would I shoot my best friend?
Let's just hope it never happens.
I mean, unless you want me to shoot you, like, to test some armor or something.
Well, not this one. This one's actually new.
I see that. It's so pretty. Did you make it?
Yeah, actually, this one was pretty new. Hopefully it will last a lot better than the last time.
Sorry.
No, that one wasn't entirely your fault. To be fair, I probably should not have stepped in the lightning coils, but we all make mistakes. Yeah. You're
usually the one telling me not to touch stuff.
Yeah, I've learned that painful lesson many times.
It's okay. I've been practicing my healing magic, so if it happens again, there's that.
Oh, good. So I don't have to worry about healing my own wounds this time.
Nope, you got your bestie on the case.
As long as it doesn't explode as well, I'll be very appreciative of that.
I mean, the heal. How?
I don't know.
I wonder if I could.
Oh no!
Happen. Like,
I gave her another idea.
Like healing grenades or something.
Oh no! Now I gave her the idea of grenades. It's even worse now.
And her eyes just kind of glaze over, and you can kind of see like the mathematical equations floating around her head.
Yes, and we inadvertently basically gave your character the concept of the holy hand grenade.
Holleth the pin. Count to 3. No more, no less. For 3 shall be the number of the counting, and the number of the counting shall be 3.
So, or I could do something maybe where like you put it on the ground, and when you step on it, it heals you.
The last time somebody stepped on something, it was that same incident in with the Rakdos cult.
That guy again?
Yeah.
What is with that guy?
I don't know. He's just cursed, I think. I think some poor creature must have just cursed him to forever. Either that or
merciless deity just brought shame and hell upon this poor Rakdos guy.
It's either that or Rakdos himself decided to just torment the poor thing.
I mean, it is possible. Those guys are kind of weird.
Yeah, kind of weird. I don't know why my cousin Larry ever went there.
It was the leisure suit mostly. Those things belong in hell.
All right, guys. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, let's get on our way. We don't want to keep everyone waiting. I'll probably get yelled at for it anyways.
So
I was gonna offer to teleport us there, but
Well, look, the last time you offered to teleport me, yes, please. The last time you offered to teleport us, we ended up in a fountain.
That was awesome.
Yes, except the problem was we were in a cold environment, and also it was very wet and uncomfortable.
You weren't hot anymore.
Yeah.
You did kind of get pneumonia, though, huh? Sorry.
That time I didn't get sick. At least it's better than that sneezing fit I had last month.
That wasn't me.
No, it wasn't. That was a Gogari-related incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of us are still suffering it.
Sorry. This is why I stay inside.
Yeah, I wish I could too sometimes. All right, let's get going. I don't think we want to keep everyone waiting. I'm sure my CO is going to be angry at me by now.
So say we all. Thank you guys for coming in. If you want to name the Rakdos guy, join our NPC league over at patreon.com/geekio. You will be that Rakdos guy. You will be named that Rakdos guy. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. Sorry this is a little bit longer of an episode, but I wanted to get everybody's introduction out of the way and kind of a feeling about what the guilds kind of feel like. Next week, we go to the summit.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill.
Patreon.com/geekio, geek-io.net/discord, show at geek-io.net. For all of us here, we will see you next time. Bye.
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 I'm gonna finish that.
Bye-bye.
I'm so sad now.
You have been listening to a Geek.io Media Network, LLC production. Would you like to convert that to pounds? Copyright 2019.